Hello?
Still floating, aren't you, madam?
I'm floating in the heavens and I'm slapping my vagina with tire irons.
Is that what you do when you're happy? I don't know.
That's what I do when I'm hungry for diabolical deviancy. And I like to read the Bible backwards at 3:11 in the morning.
He survived Easter Sunday, folks. He didn't combust into flames. He was worried, weren't you?
Oh my God, walking through can I be honest? Phoenix, Arizona is terrifying. There's something wrong with that city. Oh my God, I'm so sorry I'm being a pig. I saw Kylie Minogue last night and it was one of the greatest nights of my life. I really am sorry that I'm being a horking hog, guys. I don't mean to be.
Let me just finish a thought.
I'm so sorry. I'm a molester. I don't mean to be. I don't mean to be.
Just let me finish a thought.
You're right. I'm so sorry.
And then I promise to let you go. I'm going to let you sail. I promise. But I need people to understand that
what is happening.
My studio fell apart, so I am literally under a doona. And it's really hard. I'm holding a cup of tea and a doona, which is sliding all over my head.
What's a doona? Oh my God, is this some sort of sex device?
Oh, stop it! Don't listeners know what a doona is? You Americans,
do you know what
a jumper is?
No, I know what a pooner is. A punani.
What's a jumper?
A punani. A jumper cables. I sometimes attach them to my nipples when I get really feisty.
Oh God! All right, so we don't know what a jumper is or a doona. Oh, look, essentially a blanket, okay?
Oh, what the fuck is that? Call it a blanket. Don't call it these other extravagant
Well, the blanket's itchy and doonas are nice.
Oh,
so
no.
Different.
Can I tell you one of my prized possessions? Something that makes me a sexually satisfied woman? Are you able to hear me?
An electric toothbrush?
No, I love an electric toothbrush. My electric toothbrush I got off the TikTok shop. Not to ever in a million lifetimes ever promote that app because I do like TikTok, but it does terrify the living fuck out of me. And the toothbrush I got on that app, it gives me satisfaction on a physical, psychological, and sexual level. I feel like I'm able to get between every groove in my mouth all throughout the day. Oh my God, I don't mean to sidetrack and talk about teeth. You know, I'm 26 years old.
I didn't think we were talking about dental health.
Do you know I've never had a cavity, Tim? I want you to actually get horny and tell me that I'm a good girl for that. I really have been teaching myself. Hello?
Madam,
hello?
You've got to go to a dentist to identify if you have a cavity.
No, I go to the dentist every 6 months, Tim. Do you think I'm this cave woman that lives in the goddamn shelter?
And what do they say? Do they say, oh, your teeth are so perfect, madam?
No. So what they say is, Madame Roast Beef, your teeth are corn, but you've never had a cavity and it is extraordinary. And your gums are inflamed and you have gingivitis. They look at me and they say, we don't understand how you don't have a cavity. But you need to brush more. And do you know what I've been doing these
days? Do you floss?
Oh, I have a wick pick. A water pick. Oh my God, we actually just walked down the Monopoly Street of deviant new products.
We did, and I bought a motel. By the way, they don't work. They're a scam. They're a complete scam.
You know, so my dentist, can I be honest, love my dentist. This last time, I actually filmed myself at the dentist. I wanted to fuck the dental assistant.
You filmed yourself at the dentist?
Absolutely. I filmed him in my mouth, Tim. I said,
it's a male dentist, is it?
No. So it's a female dentist. I love her. I also filmed her. She gave me direct instructions on how to use my water pick. She said water picks are amazing. She said they're fucking brilliant. But the dental assistant, he probably is a Mormon, which, let's be honest, if you're religious, I'm so thankful that you are a person. And I, like I've always said, I would fight to the ends of the earth for anyone to believe anything that they want to believe. Religious freedom is what America was built on. Of course I support it.
Yeah, get back to the dental surgery. So you're filming in there.
Oh yeah, so he's from Utah and he's probably a Mormon pig. And I don't like it. I don't like it. Molesters, weirdos. I don't like religion. It makes me curl on the toilet and cry. It's fucking weird. I wanted to fuck the dentist. He cleaned my teeth. It was really a very good experience. And he told me you just have a lot of plaque. And my dentist came in and said, I don't know how you've never had a cavity, but you have a girl. And I said, oh my God, what do you think that could be? And she said, I don't know, good genetics. And I said, I have cancer, right? And we both laughed.
Okay. Surely, good sense of humor, dark sense of humor, but a good sense of humor.
Well, because the dentist is right below my cancer clinic. They're like attached. They're like conjoined twins. They're like attached at the hip.
Madam, take a breath for a second because I'm going to summarize for those of you who are struggling to keep up. So
Please,
far,
I'm so sorry, guys. I am
Madam,
so sorry. Truly.
Madam is tired. Madam is excited. Madam
30
has
hours.
never had a cavity. Madam uses a
Yes.
water pick. Madam
Yes.
wanted to fuck a dental assistant, I think, or the
But can
dentist.
I
I'm
be
not
honest?
quite
I
sure.
don't know if I really did. If he was just making me because I'm so lonely. I honestly think that's what it was. Because I don't want to act like he was giving me dripping hydro fucking goddamn what is that thing called on the side of the street? That goddamn fire engine, not a fire engine. What is it called?
Hydrant?
Fire hydrant. He wasn't giving me fire hydrant pussy. He wasn't giving me Niagara Falls cooter. He was just. I'm so lonely. I'm so desperate. I'm gonna spend the rest of my life alone, Tim. I'm a
Oh,
low
madam.
life that's gonna be a lonely slut for as
No,
long
no,
as she
no,
has
no.
organs.
Madam, if you're friends with yourself, you're never alone.
I am my best friend, and that's fucking lonely.
Whenever I listen to Tim and his panel of guests, my toes begin to curl, and I feel just the right amount of tingling all over my aching body. Now, let's get back to the show. Oh!
Tonight was so special to me. I don't mean to flap my fat faggy mouth. I know I have no self-control. I know that I'm a mental illness, but last night meant the absolute world to me, and it was a full circle moment. I love Kylie motherfucking Minogue as much as humanly possible. I think she's a warrior. I think she's a goddess. I think she is a beautiful goddamn legend, and I have been sitting in the dark, in the bathtub, doing prayers under full moon, praying and manifesting through mental masturbation that we will one day achieve and receive a Madonna and Kylie collab. I've never needed anything more. People say Kylie Minogue's new music sounds like shit. I'm like, you stupid big dumb fucks. Her new music is fucking amazing. I have had goddamn dripping from the fountain pussy since I've heard Tension and Tension 2. And now that I experience disco, I'm also having late night thoughts thinking, where the fuck were you in 2020 when this album released, you useless hog? You big stupid bitch. You missed absolute excellence. Songs that would have given you hard nipples when the nights weren't cold. You would have smiled when shitting. You would have really been dealing with a lot and been able to experience pop excellence, music excellence, iconic vocals. Oh my god, her voice was so fucking good at that show, Tim. I was in shock because most pop singers can't fucking sing. They can't sing worth a flashbang fuck. They don't have vocal talent. They're just pretty with tits. That's the honest facts. That's the honest facts. There are many exceptions. Kesha Rose Siebert, Lana Del Rey, the list goes on and on. But oh my fucking god, some of these whores, say just like it's like, oh my god, what auto-tune nightmare did you just release on the radio stations? It sounds like seances in the depths of hell, you hooker. And there's
Now,
nothing wrong
madam,
with hookers as well.
where did you see Kylie? Which arena? Which city?
Oh my god, Phoenix. And can I be honest, the arena was fucking goofy as shit.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I did not like the arena. They were actually really disturbing. At first, I showed up because I'm a psychopath. My flight landed at noon. The venue didn't open gates until 6:30. I walked to the venue. I arrived, I think, at like 2:30.
You walked to the venue from the airport?
From the airport. It was a 3.5-hour walk.
Hang on. You really walked for 3.5 hours?
And I filmed every second of it, yes.
Oh, it must have been riveting viewing.
I mean,
3.5 hours?
I wasn't.
What were you wearing? Did you have good footwear?
Oh my god, no! My outfit. I don't want to sound like I have a hard dick when looking at my outfit, but if I saw a man in my outfit, I would pounce on him like a panther, and I would devour his soul and then his whole.
So hang on. No. Just wait. Take a breath. From the airport, you walked, but were you wearing your Kylie outfit from the airport?
Oh, absolutely. I don't have time to change in the bathrooms when Kylie Minogue could possibly be around the corner. Absolutely. Absolutely.
What were you wearing then? Tell us.
I was wearing this really pretty fag flag Calvin Klein outfit that I have. And then I was wearing this fucking this jacket, Tim, you have to see the video and you have to look at the jacket. It's Kesha Rose Siebert's jacket. I bought it from her eBay store. Looking at this is the first, I bought it like 3 years ago, never wore the jacket. This is my first time having it on my body, and I don't want to say that I have a boner for myself, but I do. Call me conceited, call me crack whore that looks in the mirror and smiles, call me a narcissistic megalomaniac. I don't give a fucking turkey dick, and I don't give 1 inch of a sliver of a
Weren't you all sweaty and
No, I
bothered
don't sweat. People that reek with sweat and drip down on the goddamn floors and make a fucking mop bucket, that's not
Did you
me.
really walk 3.5 hours?
I walked, if you add it together, I walked 6 hours total. 3.5 hours there and 2.5 hours back.
So you were at the arena very early.
Very early. And at first, the dumb pig loser ass bitches told me to go to the back of the venue. They said, this is where VIP lines up. So I sat there for a fucking hour, basically fingering myself in the back of the venue, thinking, where is everybody? How is there nobody else here? I was like,
so you attended the show on your own?
Oh, absolutely. I'm the loneliest bitch alive, Tim.
Nothing wrong with that.
Tim. At 26 years old, when I don't think I'm a thumb, when I don't think I'm a piece of shit that's been ran over by a semi truck on the side of the street, I do think there is something seriously wrong with that. I am lonely every day of my fucking life, and I don't mean to ramble and rant. And for everyone that's watching and saying, "Oh my God, where did Tim find this fucking psycho?" Guys, I've been without sleep for 30 plus hours. I don't function, and I absolutely took a little weed gummy because I have cancer and I was having a headache because I've been up for 40 hours and I could barely withstand the torture. So I said, let me shove this little gummy down my mouth because they also do taste good.
So and you flew from Vegas all the way to Phoenix,
I'm so sorry,
and back again, all in a short amount of time.
All in 30 plus hours. Yeah, it was and I didn't get any fucking sleep. I slept at the airport from midnight till 8 in the morning when my flight took off.
Wow.
But I did not sleep. I was wide awake and I kept hearing weird fuckers doing weird shit. But oh my God.
In the airport or on the plane?
Oh, on the airport. They were, the whole airport was just a bunch of weirdos. There was some very sweet people like Tim. Do you mind if I give you a little insight on one of the cutest things that happened to me today?
I'd love that.
So Panera, I love Panera. Panera gives me rock hard cock, and it also makes me think maybe I don't want to be anorexic anymore because I actually do like eating Panera. I love Panera. It makes me smile. It makes me feel so good. I grin. It makes me feel so good. I'm like, I feel healthy eating fresh veggies that are going to expire in 24 hours because they were just picked by a human person and grown to be healthy and consumed by my human body. Yada yada. So as I was eating this wrap, as I walked up to Panera, I saw this wrap and I said, you know your wrap's expired on the 19th, right? And she said, oh yeah, I know. And I said, and you're aware it's 4/20, aren't you? And she said, oh yeah, no, I know. I just haven't got to it. And I said, oh, but does that mean I can she said, I was getting ready to throw it away. And I said, throw it away? Why would you waste it? Does that mean I can have it? And she said, oh, sure. And I wish I grabbed every fucking one of them. I only got to eat one of them. I was like, I don't want to look like a homeless, vagrant that's come over to ransack Panera. But at the same time, I wish I had ran over and picked up every motherfucking one, because after eating one, I said, oh, I'm still so fucking hungry. And then when I went over after she threw them all away, she had new ones out. And I said, how much is that? It was like $20. I said, ooh, you really could never, ever get me to pay that. Even if I was a Rockefeller, even if I was a Donald Trump, I could never afford such a goddamn thing. $20 for some wrap that's going to expire in less than 24 hours? You are a kook. You are a cuck. You are a turkey devil.
A few seconds ago, we were at the stadium and you were licking your pussy at the front of the arena.
Oh, no, Tim. It was not the front of the arena. They sent me to the back of the arena. Like I was like they didn't want me to be seen by people. Like I was some foul little weird lesbian. I walked over. There was at least over like 300 people just for the VIPs. For the VIPs. And the VIPs were not cheap.
Right. And were you in the VIPs?
Of course. I was so beyond blessed, thankful that I almost shat myself. I didn't have the highest VIP, but it's okay because the highest VIP was like way more money than I could ever imagine actually spending. And the worst part was...
So where was your seat when you finally... Go on, tell us.
My seat was very close. It was in the ground floor.
Yes.
right in front of the stage. It was there, but it was the last row all the way in the back. I was a backseat bitch, but the views and the videos I got, they're gonna give you hard dick. I think when you see it, Tim, I think you're gonna say this is a good view.
So take us.
I was a Steven Spielberg with that camera. At some
Oh, I
parts,
bet you were.
some parts I was like falling asleep because of lack of, not because of Kylie's performance. She was blowing my pants off. I had to actually begin to look for a sewing kit because my pants had been shattered to shreds because they were blown off my corpse so many times by Kylie's astonishing fucking vocals. Oh my god!
Can you take us to that moment when she arrives on stage? What was going through Madam's head?
I just was like, I am in the same fucking room as the woman that I have watched her career video by video by video for the past 2 years on a weekly fucking basis. I was just like, this is so unreal. And part of me was having a like deep, I wonder if she's ever seen my Kylie videos, because a lot of people in my comments would say, she's probably seen your videos, right? And
She probably has.
Can I be honest? I hope that's true, but I didn't want to sound like a psychopathic weird fuck that was manifesting that in her mind.
So were those lasers tripping you out?
Oh, the lasers! No, I love the lasers. The lasers made my nipples even harder. The lasers were the icing on my nipples, the tassels, if you will, the tassels, if you will.
Got it. And you'd done a few spoilers. So when she arrived up high, again,
I was just like, hello. I was like, thank God we're seeing women that are not only in their 20s, goddamn, doing crazy stunts like this. Just like I love seeing Madonna fucking do crazy, being dragged all across the arena like she's a goddamn fucking piece of artwork just flying across the stage, all across the fucking. Let's talk about that Madonna concert, crazy. But to see Kylie do something as well where she's lifted up, I said, hello, let's not just stand in place and sweat because we're nervous. Let's really put on a performance. And Kylie Minogue put on a performance, and she blew my pants off. I need to buy new pants because they were ripped to shreds, blown to smithereens. And I'm poor, Tim. I'm a worthless slut, Tim. That's why I walked 5 hours. Actually, that's why I walked 2.5 hours. It was 2.5 hours back.
So Kylie owes you a pair of pants.
Kylie doesn't owe me anything. The night made me help me fall back in love with life. Tim, I've been at the end of my rope. I don't want, again, I don't want to sound conceited. I don't want to sound narcissist. Oh my God, I can't even speak. I don't want to sound narcissistic. When I look in the mirror, I smile. Of course, when I do look at my corncob teeth, I say, oh my God, your veneers better arrive soon, you toothless. I'm not toothless. You yellow tooth bitch. But I love myself. I think I am the funniest bitch I've ever met. I am my own best friend. I know that's like kind of pathetic and eerily. You might think I've got like 14 mental states and I call myself 17 different names all throughout the night. That's not happening. I'm just very lonely. I do nothing ever. Everything I do is alone. I sleep alone. I wake up alone. I go to work alone. I know most of that is all things that people do alone, but I don't have the in-betweeners where I'm like, oh, let's go get pizza. Oh, let's go to the mall. Oh, what are you doing? Want to go watch a movie? Actually, that's not true. My friend Rudy, that's it. Me and him go see a movie like at once every couple of weeks. But other than that, nothing. I just sit here in sorrow and sadness wishing, what is this life? I know that I'm a top-notch bitch. I know that when I flex my muscles, even I'm horny. Ew, that I don't have muscles. Let's talk about how I'm 120 pounds. I don't have muscles. I'm a weak, scraggly little shit. I'm not weak. I just am skinny. I'm a skinny fucking legend with perky breasts that make your dick hard and your smile wide. Yeah, tell me how wide it is. Show me those double deckers. I want to see every tooth. And let's pray that you don't have cavities and that you're not a toothless metal mouth fucker. You son of a bitch. From the depths of my unholy soul, because I am a sinner, just like you are. That's why Jesus died. That's why he was crucified and rose again today on Easter. On Easter for you, baby. He rose to save your soul on Easter. Oh, fuck. He rose today to save you, to give you a new life, to give you the possibility of going to heaven with God and sitting there with his daddy, sitting up in heaven with his father, with his holy dad, with his big daddy, with his big heavenly father. Oh, fuck. So you can sit with God in the heavens alone above all the people that are smoldering and being tortured for the rest of eternity in eternal damnation and flames from the depths of hell, you fucker. Are you there? Are you there, Tim?
Hey, Time to Talk family, this is Tim Power, host of the podcast where amateurs talk about icons. To keep our show commercial free, we rely on your support. Many of you have chucked in just a couple of bucks, or sometimes more, which lets Time to Talk Australia pay its way. There's no obligation, of course. Keep listening to us no matter what. Liking and sharing our content is also a huge help. But if you do hear something that you like and you think you can support the show by throwing in a couple of bucks, head to patreon.com/Time to Talk Australia. The link is in the description of this podcast.
Hi Tim and Time to Talk listeners, this is Danny from Melbourne, and I'd just like to say your latest podcast made me very angry.
And as always, we want your voice memos. If you've heard something that you agree with, or possibly you're outraged, and let's be fair, many of you listen simply to be outraged, then take out your phone and record a voice memo. Cap it at around the 2-minute mark, and then send it to me. I listen to all the voice memos that come through, and occasionally we include them in the show. Our email is timetotalkaustralia@outlook.com. Thanks for sharing, rating, contributing, and donating to this very little podcast from Down Under. I genuinely love our little Time to Talk family, because lovers of pop are an endangered species. So, why don't we go extinct together?
So that's all I have to say. Get off the airwaves, you're such an amateur.
Tim, are we there? Are we having audio to visual connectivity?
That was divine intervention. So what was your favourite part of the show, madam?
Honestly, my favorite part of the show is that she played every song that I wanted. The only song she did not play, which, Tim, can I ask you as a lover, a lifelong lover, was Wow a single that nobody liked?
Wow was released as a sort of double single with In My Arms. Both of those songs were
In My Arms. I love that song as well. What the fuck?
She filmed the video clips for those back to back. No, it's a song that fans super love, actually. It was one of the only songs on X that was P, so people particularly loved it, I would say. But no, she didn't play it on the tour, did she?
No, it's the main reason I'm such a worthless slut and I need to be discombobulated, almost decapitated, because what a fuck I am for not being able to press my big bouncy breasts against that second stage when she walked on it with the words.
What happened when she came off the stage? Were you close to her there?
When I got to the venue, the security guard, she rubbed my arm and she was like, she looked all giddy. She's like, I think she's going to walk right by your seat when she put me in my seat. And I said, oh my God. I said, I need to have to hold back in a shit. I said, I need to immediately run to the restroom. I cannot shit myself when Kylie Minogue walks past me. I don't have IBS, Tim. Tim, I'm not like these other people when they go to Taco Bell and it becomes Taco Hell. It's not my life. I don't shit.
Did she end up walking past you or not?
No, she fucking didn't. The goddamn... it was divine intervention. I must have been a sinner in a past life. Or maybe it was this life. Maybe, who knows? Maybe I've done some deviant acts in the darkest nights when I fall asleep.
Because she comes down from the stairs singing Locomotion, right?
Oh, and I was just like, this is crazy. She's singing. And when I saw her coming down, when I saw like the cameras change to show that she's coming down, I said, is she coming by our side? Oh, I said, holy motherfuck, let me grab my nipples before they cause combustion. And she didn't fucking walk by me. And I said, that's okay. At least you're still at the concert, you dumb queer.
And when she got to the center stage, what was your seating? Were you able to see the center stage really well?
No, she was actually turned away from me. It was actually that was unfortunate. But at the same time, all I had to do was turn around, and you know me, turn around. I can do it all the fucking time. I'm a little slut. I turned around and I could see her face on the monitors behind me. So in the video footage, you'll see I was panning back and forth between her and then her face on the footage.
So
she was, like, singing to me.
here's the question everyone wants to ask you, madam. You've been doing these Kylie Fridays or Kylie Saturdays?
Kylie Minogue Saturdays.
Ooh,
Tim,
sorry.
how could you forget which day of the week? That's sacrilege.
Oh, I know, terrible.
Tim,
I'm a
that's
super
sacrilegious.
fan, by the way. I'm your number one fan. Everyone would be, and we know that you've gone on a journey. You found her later, but you've been very intense in your learning about Kylie. You've watched a lot of her live performances too, which you seem to love just as much as the recordings.
Oh, so good, because she, like I said earlier, has vocal talent, and she's not just like, I've got good vocals, and sometimes I can sing.
Now that you're in the arena, was it what you expected, or did you expect nothing? Like, what was the difference between watching her on YouTube every week?
Like I was saying, I was under the impression from the way Kylie fans talked like down to Americans. They were like, you don't even respect or listen to her. I was expecting there to be nobody there. I was expecting to be like one of like 50 people in front of the stage, and I was really I was really scared. But when I was talking,
she's beloved.
And thank fucking God, because talk about a goddamn living fucking work of goddamn musical talent. Talk about a fucking beautiful light and soul. Talk about a living fucking legend.
But was it the same being there as it is doing the reviews you've done for 2 years? Was it the same?
No, it was much better. It was much better. The only part I didn't like is that I didn't have like a dual-sided camera to where I could show my face in the things I was saying. And I also wish I had like a microphone attached to my like my titties so you could hear me saying, oh my fucking God, Kylie, or oh Kylie, or oh my fucking God, what is happening? Or if you could hear me say, this is fucking crazy. I can't believe she's so fucking amazing.
What's it like to be in Kylie's presence? Besides
it was a little unreal.
It was a little
unreal. I don't think she ever even gazed in my direction for more than one flicker of a moment. So if we had made eye contact, I would be walking home with shit-stained pantaloons. It would be a shit city in my panties. But she didn't look anywhere near me, and that's okay. I didn't need to have, eyeball intercourse with her to have a good time. It was fucking amazing. It was so spectacular, and I am so fucking happy that at Kylie's age, she's still making some of the best pop music that is being fucking released. Holy fucking flashbang fuck. And all these weird Kylie fans saying her new music is shit. I want to say, can I call the cops on you for having disturbing taste? You turkey shitter? You turkey slobberer?
So did it go by in a flash for you? You've waited so long.
No, it was such a long show. And I'm so fucking thankful it was a long show.
The finale was pretty spectacular too, right?
So I didn't see any people saying, oh my God, disco ball. There's going to be a disco. I didn't see a fucking disco ball.
That was on the center stage, madam.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see it. I had no fucking idea. I was looking.
Were you drifting in and out of consciousness when you were there?
Maybe because it was the last song, right? Am I incorrect or incorrect?
No, the center stage was when she didn't walk past you. The last one was like basically she comes out with Padam and then she goes.
Then she goes into. So honestly, I don't remember there being a disco ball. I never saw the disco ball. I don't think it was because I was drifting out of consciousness, because I absolutely was captivated by her beauty from start to finish. But I definitely 111% never saw any.
What did you think of the way she looked? You were so up close.
So pretty. So no. She I honestly thought maybe she even looked a little prettier in person.
Wow. And her costumes? You've usually got a
costumes were so fucking top notch. Where's her designer? They need to contact me for my Drag Race audition and help me get goddamn pretty, because I'm gonna look like a fucking thug. I'm gonna look like a dumpster roach.
And tell me about the staging in general. You weren't just looking at Kylie. What about the dancers and the choreography? So
some of the dancers were very cute. Others, I was like, okay. I don't want to say that they were horrifying or ugly, but I was just like, I don't know if I'd have them flashing their bodies and shaking their pussy holes.
So some of the dancers weren't aesthetically pleasing to you.
No, I wouldn't say that they were making me gag on toilet brushes. I wasn't in the back fucking, projectile vomiting over other
But if you were the choreographer, you would have went, out, you're not up to standard.
I wouldn't have said lose 400 pounds before you can come to the stage, bitch. I wouldn't have said that because I'm not.
There were no
there was
fatties on the stage.
There were no fatties, but if there was, I would not have said that. I would have said it's okay to have a little pushing for your cushion. If you can still shake your ass and perform, I'm thankful for you. If you can still dance with a smile with all that cellulite, I'm happy for you.
It's not like you to hold back, madam. I can tell that you were looking
Who
at some of them
would?
going,
I
you
have
need to
one
get off the
horrible
stage.
life. I'm living one awful, fucked up, miserable existence where I struggle just to get 200 views on YouTube. Why would I ever hold anything back? I'm a large-breasted woman, and I will never forgive this world for all the mental fuckery that's occurred to my life.
Now, madam, back to the arena. What was the crowd like around you?
Oh, they were all so happy. Some people were fucking weird.
Tell me about the weird ones. I want to hear about the weird ones.
They may somehow hear this one day. I don't want to say that they were fucking weird and then describe
Come
them.
on now.
They were just so fucking goofy. There was like a throuple, which I'm not a judger. I don't judge. I would never have negative opinions over
a male, female.
Yes,
female?
all males, all men.
Males.
It was a goddamn testosterone overload. I was like, what the fuck is this?
How close were the throuple to you?
Oh, they were touching me. I was shoulder to shoulder.
Okay, and what made you think
I wasn't like
weird?
sandwiched between. Oh my god, I would have said we need to call the police.
They were having a good time?
They were having a blast, and I was so happy they were having a blast. I excused the bizarre things that were offensive to me.
What was bizarre?
They weren't offensive. They're
bizarre?
just disturbing. But they weren't like shitting and like rubbing it on each other. But it was just like the squeals and the weird. One of them had really weird fucking hair, and it made me a little disturbed.
Weird hair.
The texture was just fucking gross.
Really? What,
it was,
they put a bit too much
it was like ramen noodles, but like uncooked ramen. It was. I looked at it and I said, "What the fuck is that?" I said, "That can't be on your skull."
Did you talk to him?
No, I didn't say a single fucking word. I didn't want to look at crusty ramen. Do I look like somebody that wants to talk to hard noodles? Tim, do I look like someone that loves a hard noodle?
But he'd gone to a lot of effort to dress up for Kylie.
He did, and I'm happy. That's why I didn't say, you fucking freak, you pasta-loving pansy. What are you doing? That's why I didn't say that. Because I'm not offensive or a killer. Because I'm a sweet little lady. I'm a seductress. They call me the seductress. When I get down at the fucking church, I really shake my pussy.
Because here's the truth, madam. You were in the VIP section with the super fans. So you were with the
megalomaniacs. Yes, I was.
And they knew every word, I bet.
Oh, it was so nice to be surrounded by people that were also singing the songs. Because, guys, like I said, I'm not a Kylie, bloodthirsty, ripping off people's faces and wearing them so Kylie would look at them and smile psycho. I'm not a fucking lunatic. But I love her, and I think her music is fucking fantastic. I will be completely honest with you. I avoided listening to almost all of the songs I listened to on my Kylie Minogue Saturdays after listening to them on Spotify, and I still remembered almost every lyric of all the songs that played because they had such a lasting impact on my mental psyche.
Right, but I'm still curious. What was
adorably iconic?
What was it? What was it like being immersed in the Kylie community? Because
I was sweaty and I was getting fucking mentally erect. It was so nice, and to all these motherfucking goons and goddamn basement gargoyles and goblins that said Americans don't appreciate Kylie, you were fucking wrong. They were bloodthirsty. They were fucking wearing Kylie merch to the nines, t-shirts I didn't even know existed. They were bouncing and shaking and breast pounding. They were fist bumping. There was a guy in a fucking like marine outfit. There was a manly men there. Beards. Oh my god, glitter beards. It was the craziest experience I've ever seen. I was like, oh my god, I thought Kesha only got glitter beards. Nope, the gays got out some glitter and they bedazzled their bearded mouths. What'd you say?
What the hell is a glitter beard? Literally a beard. That's
a beard that you shovel glitter on. Like Tim, if you could see me, I've got both my hands up like I'm getting ready to take a big Barney cock. I would never fuck Barney. Don't ever run with that as a
Madam,
line.
There's no way. You haven't been through puberty yet. You couldn't grow a beard.
I absolutely scalped my face the other day because I looked at myself and I said, I'm repulsed by your facial hair. You look like a fucking lowlife. You look homeless. You slob. Shave
Listen,
that off your fucking face.
Did anyone
goon.
recognize you? You're a bit of a celebrity
They
in Kylie
did.
world.
Well, let's not go that far and say that I'm a celebrity. My videos, they get less than
Well,
200
Kylie
views
fans know
currently.
who you are. Did anyone recognize you?
There were a few people, yeah. And there was one girl, she gave me a hug and she's like, oh my God, do you have a YouTube channel? I wish she just said, oh my God, I watch your YouTube videos, because that would have made me feel a little more happy on the inside. But because I was like, oh my God, do I not look the same on camera? Maybe she didn't recognize me. At the same time, how the fuck? I look the same. I honestly, I look better in person. Let's be truthfully honest. I'm even prettier with my big luscious tits bouncing. She did recognize me. And I had a fucking blast experiencing a moment with her. I'm pretty sure we even bumped hips at the end of the concert. I think we were shaking our breasts.
She might be pregnant.
No, I'm not a breeder, Tim. Let's not go that far.
Well, you don't
Tim,
know.
I think she was a lesbian. I think she was a butch for sure.
I'm sure she can still get pregnant, though. I mean,
Oh my God, but
in the
doesn't mean I'm
throes of the
spreading my
Kylie passion.
seed like it's a garden rampage.
That's right.
I'm not this slob that wants to spread his seed like he needs to repopulate the earth after post-nuclear domination.
Madam, was it worth this intense trip that you made? Was it worth
Oh
it?
yeah. Oh fuck yeah. The footage I got is going to be great. I hope people will have a very hard dick watching my first concert experience, because guys, I want all the Kylie fans, everyone that's not in the United States, and even those in the US, I know you want to re-experience it, because what a fucking amazing, mesmerizing, just articulate and beautiful and fanny pack fantastic fucking show she put on. I know you want to experience it again. But to all the in these other countries, in the UK and Europe and everywhere else in this fucking world that said US fans don't respect Kylie, what is that? They didn't even listen to her fucking music. It took until padam padam. There were people wearing spinning around t-shirts. There were people wearing t-shirts for Je ne sais pas pourquoi, whatever the fuck that song is. They'll be wearing t-shirts for every old songs that only fans of a lifetime would know, or unless they did like a deep dive like me. Like, I've never heard of Je ne sais pas pourquoi until I did my reaction. And can I be honest, Tim? I've never listened to that song after filming that reaction, but I still remember the name.
Which
because
song?
That's how iconic.
Je ne sais pas.
Je ne sais pas pourquoi.
Yeah.
I never have listened to that song since filming that video.
You didn't like it?
No, but I still remember the name because Kylie is that much of an icon.
That's right. Do you know what it means?
Isn't it like show me your pussy or something like that? Show me your throbbing, cleansing pussy.
What language is it, madam?
It's French. I took 2 years of French. I'm not a slut.
All right. So do you know what je ne sais pas pourquoi means?
No, I only know how to say je m'appelle Jeffrey and ça va, ça va.
Ça va. What does that mean?
That means how are you and okay.
Does it?
Like, oh my God, stuttering stupid slut. What the fuck was that? The record broke. The record's got a skip on it. Holy fuck, call the police. No, Tim, so let's do a little role play. It's been 27 weeks since we last saw each other on the last farm on Earth. The world was destroyed during a nuclear holocaust. Humanity did not survive. We are a small group of refugees that have survived nuclear annihilation in a mountainous enclave.
I don't
we have a
recall
little
any of
garden.
this.
Tim, this is a storyline that I think we need to experience. Tim, this is a little reflection on the future. Tim, this is me having a psychic moment. Call Charmed and tell them I'm suing. Do you understand me? This is me portraying the future. So we are in a mountainous enclave that somehow survived nuclear annihilation. It's me, you, your family, my family, but I don't have any family, so it's just me alone with my vinyl records because I'm a psychopathic fiend and a lesbian that likes
They didn't
to go
melt in the nuclear
dancing.
blast?
No, they did not, because I was carrying them on my back as soon as I heard about a nuclear annihilation, impending doom.
Okay.
I carried 5,000 plus vinyl records on my back. Even though I have a carry weight limit of 50 pounds, yes, Tim, and I carried them up to the mountainous enclave with a smile.
Yes.
Do you understand? Are you calling a bluff on my storyline?
No, I'm following.
Tim, are you telling me that I'm not a truth teller because I promise I'm psychic and you?
But is it reaching a punchline, or are we?
Tim, I honestly forgot what the punchline was. Truly.
I thought you were going to ask me some profound question about.
No. I just remembered.
Who I'd
Is it
eat
weird?
first.
Is it weird that I've never listened to any of the songs that I listened to on my Kylie Minogue Saturday journey after I listened to them, other than a select few? But let's be honest, the select few, you all know which select few I listened.
Oh, the disco tracks for a start.
Oh, well, I did listen to the whole disco album, yes.
I know
and
that
also,
you're a big fan of the disco album.
Oh, I fucking love disco. I love Confide in Me. I love Where the Wild Roses Grow. I love so many fucking tracks. Better the W No. I don't love it. People really overhyped that song, in my opinion. They made me think it was going to be the craziest thing I ever heard.
You had to be there.
Yeah, maybe you had to be there because I understand it was such a shift for her, but I was like, this is not even that different.
Sometimes amateurs know best, and a lack of professionalism is all you'll hear on the Time to Talk show. Join Tim and his panel of guests as they wade their way through a range of news, music, and pop culture treats. Time to Talk, the show hosted by amateurs for unprofessional listeners.
You know, you bring a lot of light into people, and I'm not being humorous now, you bring a lot of light into people's lives with your videos and your channel.
See, Tim, I like to tell myself that, but when my videos don't even get picked up by the algorithm because they're performing so bad view-wise, I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, don't trust YouTube. YouTube is a scam, man. That doesn't mean you're popular. YouTube is not a measure of popularity. I promise you that. It is a scam. But what are you going to do now that you've done all your Kylie Fridays? Can't remember. Saturdays.
I don't know, but part of me wants to do it. Part of me wants to do albums, but I think it's going to be the same thing that I have to do with my Madonna Mondays. I do them every other week because my Madonna Mondays they're also barely getting any views.
So you're going to start looking at the full Kylie albums because there's a lot of tracks you haven't heard, madam.
So many fucking tracks, and I went backwards. I did disco, and did I do Golden? I don't think I did Golden.
I don't recall that one. I recall your disco one though. You went through every track on that.
Oh my god, I'm so sunburnt, Tim. I look like the police need to be called.
You're sunburnt?
To shit.
Is that from your 3.5 hour walk?
No, Tim, it was like 5 hours. Tim, 3.5 plus 2.5. Whatever that is. Is that 6 hours?
So you didn't slip, slop, slap?
Well, I didn't fall on the concrete like a goddamn broken egg. It was Easter. I wasn't making eggs. Donald Trump already bought 8,000 eggs for the White House.
But get people excited. Here's your promo moment, madam. Why should people come to your channel now? You're about to review the albums?
Because I will flash my nipples while Kylie Minogue music plays, and I will tell you that it's so good. I won't do any of that. I'm just kidding.
Actually, I think that is what you do.
Well, I wouldn't say that I'm whipping out tits. I'm not shaking my big bouncy breasts. But guys, I love music. My vinyl record collection is the only reason that I am still a living organism on this concrete cesspool floating in space. We are a big bunch of fucking molesters. We are earthly molesters, and I hate humanity. But I love music, and I think music is so beautiful because it reminds me before my this is really depressing. It reminds me before my brain cancer diagnosis how I used to love writing, and I used to love writing songs. I used to write like poems and songs. I used to actually even record a few songs. Tim, one day I will have an album come out. It is called Hermaphrodite.
It's the sequel to Kylie's Aphrodite.
Oh yes, the sequel. Oh my god, the underworld to Kylie Minogue's Aphrodite, Hermaphrodite. I didn't even think of that. That's so true. Oh my, because honestly, I wrote the album Hermaphrodite when I was like 20.
You could just have the opposite of all the tracks. Like there's a track on there called Too Much. You could have It's Not Enough.
Too little.
Yeah, just do the complete
opposite. Too little, that
opposite.
Dick was too small. I couldn't even look at it without seeing balls because you had no cock, just balls and tests. You're a useless slut. That is a fact.
One of your tracks could be called Stand in My Way.
Stand on my pussy.
I love it. This is a good... I'm looking forward to hearing it.
Do you want to hear the track listing of my album Hermaphrodite?
You've got it written?
Of course, Tim. I have lovers that are rappers. I have lovers that make music.
Right.
One day I will record this album. Are you ready to hear the track list?
Yeah, sure.
There's 21 songs. It's a very lengthy album.
21 songs?
Yes.
Oh, is this Rebel Heart? Is it a double CD?
It's a super deluxe edition, but at the same time, I don't believe in that. So it's just going to be the standard edition.
Uh-huh.
So the first track is called Introduction to Seduction, which Tim, if after hearing all these tracks you want to hear the lyrics to, I will read you, because that is a great beginner's guide to my mental state on how I write as a writer. And
Right.
Tim, I don't want to say that you're gonna have a hard dick after, but Tim, you most certainly will say. I gotta say, you are a good writer, Madame Roast Beef. I'm gonna say, Tim, I've been writing since I was 7 years old. Tim, I had a book publishing deal. Do you know that?
No.
I had a book publishing deal, but after my brain cancer diagnosis, I said, I guess I'll give up on that.
I think on the positive side of all of this, you've got
I've got
lots of
big
irons in the
breasts.
fire. You've got books you can write. You've got music you can make.
Oh, I can't wait.
And you've got Kylie albums you can review.
Tim, can I tell you, I am a goddamn talented bitch with big bouncy breasts. That's all I can say. So
Absolutely.
first track, Introduction to Seduction. Second track is the album title, Hermaphrodite. Track 3 is Milk to Meth. Track 4 is Cigarettes and Moans. Track 6 is FFF, which is Fuck Fake Fags. Track 7 is A Feeding Frenzy is Not an Orgy. Track 7 is Flaccid. Track 9, although I'll never get the rights to do it, it's my cover of I Put a Spell on You by Nina Simone. What a beautiful fucking track. Track 9 is Metamorphosis. I'm reading all the numbers. I'm just going to read the names. I can't fucking tell what number I'm on. Track 11 is 1111, which is my favorite number and does make me have mental sexual aggravation, because I love that track. I love the synchronicity of 1111. It makes me very, very smiley. Track 12 is The Fountain of Youth. Track 13 is Blowjob Herpes. Track 14 is The Canadian Sexual Terrorist. Track 15 is Nuclear Beauty. Track 16 is Bangin' Queers. Track 17 is A Pride Parade in Your Rib Cage. Track 18 is I Wish I Was Kissing You Instead of Missing You. Track 19 is Lipstick on My Teeth. Track 20 is Black Widow. Track 21 is You Can Fuck Me When You Love Me.
Ooh, there's certainly an array of tracks in there, but madam, you missed track 10.
Oh, track 10 was Metamorphosis. I'm
Perfect.
a dumb pig. Fuck her.
I needed that to complete the, in my head.
Well, because it is a rebirth album. It's an album where I absolutely become.
Are these songs just titles, or have you written them?
No. Most of them are completed and written. Yes.
Wow. There was one in there called Syphilis.
No, there was not called Syphilis. It was called Blowjob Herpes.
Herpes.
70+% of the population has herpes.
What's the premise of blowjob?
So Blowjob Herpes. This track is actually Tim, you asked the perfect questions. You are a psychic being. Tim, you are going to create a little bit of a storyline here, and it is terrifying. Tim, you know that I'm a whore, right? You know that I'm a worthless slut?
I don't think you are.
Tim, tell me that I'm a whore and a worthless slut. It's all I've ever wanted to achieve.
Listen, if you pay $1 a minute, I'll tell you anything you want.
That's iconic. But Tim, I'm a worthless, good for nothing, goddamn pig bitch that just wants to find love, and sometimes thinks the only way to a man's heart is through his cock. When I was younger, I used to think that. I don't really think that anymore, because now I am a mature woman looking for love, and I don't really care about sexual gratification.
But where does the herpes come into it?
Herpes. I was 16. There was a nasty, weird, fucking weirdo that worked at what the hell is the name of that restaurant? He worked at Waffle House. I think it was Waffle House. Maybe it wasn't Waffle House. It was some weird breakfast place that sucked. It was disgusting. Fag. Gay. Disgusting, gross person.
Okay.
And we're in. He was like, "You want to hang out?" And I said, "Yeah, sure. I'm lonely."
You were a customer.
I wasn't a customer. He didn't pay me $20.
Oh, you worked there.
He didn't pay me a goddamn penny. I was not on the streets with my thumb up looking for rides. He and I were chatting after we matched, I think on Tinder. No, it wasn't Tinder. I was 16. I don't know where the fuck we matched. It might have been just for Facebook friend suggestions. How fucking weird. But at the same time, no, but really, not really, because I grew up in a very small town. Everyone knew everyone, and we were all fucking.
So you're chatting, and he goes, "Do you want to hang out?"
No. He did, chatting for a very long time. No, it was like probably a couple days. I'm a slut again. Remember, Tim? and we fuck in the church parking lot, and I give him a blowjob, and I'm like, I don't fucking think that was correct. I think God is gonna judge me for that. And my friend said, well, you probably should go get an STD test just to be safe. I go get one, and this fucking clinic misdiagnosed me with herpes.
Oh.
Because I said, oh my God, I just gave him a fucking... We didn't have raw anal
What is
intercourse.
herpes? Is that where you get bumps all over your mouth or something?
Big, huge, pussy, slobbering, slimy on your fucking mouth. Oh my God.
And did you have bumps on your mouth?
Never. But
they told you had herpes.
They told me that I had genital herpes, so big, huge pussy bumps on your dick. And let's just be honest, if you've seen my OnlyFans, you know that I don't have that on my penis. My dick is very healthy. She's very pretty, and I love her.
So what do you do? Take a medication or something?
No, you just live with it and hope you don't ever have an outbreak. And I never had one. And Tim, I never had one. So I said, oh, that's a good thing. I guess
the song is about
out.
This experience of
it's about
giving
this
a blowjob, being diagnosed with herpes, but not having herpes after all.
But then not having them afterwards. It was a fucking farce. It was a fallacy, Tim. It was a fucking fallacy. And I honestly
There's a headline here, madam.
Can I be honest? I could probably
in
sue.
herpes scare.
I could probably sue. Could I not?
Could. Well, how do you know you didn't have it? If they told you did, how do you know?
So herpes is incurable. You have herpes for the rest of your life. And I've been tested many times, and nobody else tells me I have herpes.
This is an album that I have to have now. If there are stories like this on this album,
can I be honest, Tim? I really think you need to hear my second album as well. It's this, Tim. I don't want to sound unhinged. I have a few songs that I have recorded.
So hang on, is Hermaphrodite released?
No. Hermaphrodite is not recorded. Me and my friend are working. We have another album. We actually have like 5 albums that are conceptualized.
My goodness.
Hermaphrodite is the only one that's written.
Okay.
But most songs off of Mother.
Do you have any of the tracks for me to play to the audience?
Oh my God, I have one, but it's very scary. And
what's that one called?
It's called Burn.
Burn. And it's a bit dark, is it?
It's very dark. It's about my ex-boyfriend basically exchanging me and allowing 3 men to, how do I word this appropriately, SA me in exchange for drugs. This really happened. It was a very traumatizing thing. And I am the strongest. Tim, again, I don't mean to go on a tirade and sound like a narcissistic cunt, but I am the strongest person that I have ever met, and I do admire myself. And if that makes someone angry, you have a little dick and your mind is small, you feculent Turkish shit.
So am I allowed to play Burn for the audience?
It was recorded when I was 16, so oh my God, yes you can, but please don't judge it, okay?
Okay, send it through. And madam, it's been lovely to have you in the fortress.
Oh, I hope you all had hard nipples and you smiled occasionally while going to church on this Easter Sunday. Brown hair, broken arm, beautiful God. It was love at first sight, and through your window I saw. Why the fuck are you playing head games? Why the fuck are you so wrong? If we should just be friends, then why the fuck did you call?